Hello again, fellow BeachBum traders. Thank you for joining us for our episode 1 video and what will likely become a series on option strategies for beginners. Again, thank you for joining us for episode 1. In this episode, we're specifically responding to some questions from one of our fellow BeachBum traders about what option strategies we currently employ. And currently, we are employing covered calls and cash secured puts, primarily in retirement accounts. And our fellow BeachBum trader subsequently asked how we determine the expiration date and the strike price of our covered calls that we want to sell or our cash secured puts that we wish to sell. And so I developed this first video in our option strategies for beginners series to answer his specific questions. We will probably go back in this series and do subsequent videos on option strategies for beginners to explain more about the various types of options, of other option strategies, etc. So stick around for this series, and hopefully this will help you learn how you can make money trading options as well. Although I've been wanting to and planning to do probably what will become a series of videos on our current option strategies, and had started to collect some examples, the impetus for prioritizing this video now was a question that our fellow BeachBum trader Heisenberg asked in our BeachBum trading community Discord recently, and he asked, does anyone trade covered calls and cash secured puts in here? And which I promptly raised my hand and said absolutely, and I referred him to our recent weekly trading game plan for November 28th through December 2nd. You can see the link here, and I'll put that in the description box below, as well as the notes where we have been discussing our options trading strategies, particularly cash secured puts, which we only recently started testing and employing, and are employing more and more. So you can see, our previous couple weeks of weekly trading game plans where we've started to discuss that cash secured put strategy and the results of our testing. And Heisenberg responded, awesome video per usual, just finished it up. And then he asked some further questions. How do you usually determine your strike and days to expiration DTE? Is it just a rolling weekly at a certain strike you'd be happy getting out at? Or do you adjust each time you go into a new one, say plus or minus $10 from price, 2 weeks out, etc.? Simplified, is it a static or dynamic strike price? And obviously those questions are a little more complicated, a little more detailed to respond to. So as you can see, I responded that, we'd like to do this series of videos to more appropriately and in more detail explain our current option strategies, and also that our option strategies and related semi-automated systems are continuously evolving and somewhat complex. So again, I wanted to develop this, what again will probably become a series of videos to show you and explain some of the details of our current option strategies, and also again show you some of our related semi-automated systems. And again, we'll do updates as these strategies and systems evolve. So we hope this all helps. Please also see all of our previous videos in our options playlist on our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel. And again, we won't cover the same topics as were already covered in these previous videos in this options playlist. So again, we'd recommend you also view each of the videos in our options playlist on our BeachBum Trading YouTube channels to get more detail about some of these particular option strategies, techniques, etc. So we hope that helps. Okay, let me start walking you through the process that I go through to identify which stocks I can sell covered calls on at what strike price, and again, the automated systems that will assist me in this whole process in terms of our selling covered calls strategy. This is the Microsoft Access database that I'm currently using on one of my laptops. This is our main database. We're in the process of migrating this to a MySQL online database with Access and other front ends. But again, this is our primary database that drives all of our automation, etc. And my starting position here is I have a query called current positions optionable. And what this is looking at is my current positions that I currently hold a stock in. And as you can see, it will tell me what account it's in. It tells me what quantity of that stock I currently own. It will tell me how many options I can sell, what the last price is, where I bought it, what my target break-even price, essentially that's my target sell price, etc. So it gives me all of that data. I'll flip over to the design of this query so you can see what it's based on. But again, this would be a starting position that says, okay, here's the stocks that I currently own, that I own at least 100 or more shares, as you'll see, and are optionable. So these are things that I could sell covered calls on. So if I again look at the design of this, it's looking at my positions, my trades accounting. It says, okay, I have a current position in there. It says I own greater than or equal to 100 shares, which is required to be able to sell covered calls. It will divide out the number of shares that I have so that it will tell me how many options could I sell against that particular position just by dividing by 100 and rounding down. And again, then it says, okay, this based on the metrics that are available, like in FinBiz, it says this is an optionable position, and I don't currently either have an option outstanding on that, or it's not currently open. So again, that's the starting point that says, okay, here's the positions that I currently own that are optionable that I could sell covered calls against. Okay, the next step is to figure out of those current positions that I have that are currently optionable that I could sell covered calls against, which ones do I not already have an option outstanding on? So I have another query called current positions optionable query 2, where it's looking at the results from that current positions optionable query and identifying those that I don't already have an option outstanding entered in my options outstanding table. And we'll look at that in a minute, how to enter a new options outstanding with the appropriate strike prices, etc. And then also how I determine that information. So again, just the design of this, it's looking at current positions optionable that I don't have an open option on, or there's nothing in that options outstanding table currently for that particular optionable position. If I run that query, it will show me I currently have 3 option or potentially optionable positions in GAU, STAG, and TRVN that I do not currently have an option set in my options outstanding table with a status of open and expiration date filled in, etc. So again, those are potential positions that I could enter new options in my options outstanding and sell covered calls against those positions. So again, then we'll go look at the options outstanding table and see how those would look entered into that options outstanding table. Okay, so we see that one of the optionable positions that I could enter an outstanding option on is GAU, and I can sell 20 options, 20 contracts against that position as I own 2,000 shares. So divide by 100, I can sell 20 contracts of a covered call. So I can go over to my options outstanding table and I can enter that I want to sell a covered call against the position in GAU. I want to sell 20 of them. I'm going to, as I will show you in a minute, I'm going to let my automated system determine at what expiration date, expiry date, and at what strike price, which is better than where I bought them, I should sell those 20 covered call options on GAU. And then once I've actually entered the order for that options covered call, selling covered calls in the appropriate account, then I would set the date for that date opened. So again, the next step is I will show you how our automated systems now, and this is kind of a recent development that I've developed to help me figure out at what expiration date and at what strike price should I sell those covered calls at. So rather than having to manually sift through the options chain and try to figure this out for myself, I'm going to let my automated system run some queries, which I'll show you, and it will determine based on some rules that I currently have set, and it will tell me what it thinks the best expiration date and strike price at which I should sell those covered calls, again, to optimize the chance that they will sell and to maximize my profit as well for those covered calls. So again, I'll show you that in the next step. So I hope that helps. Just FYI, I used to track just this basic data in a spreadsheet. You can track this starting in a spreadsheet. It got, back in the day, I used a spreadsheet. As things got more complicated, I moved this to the database. And again, now we have further automation that assists me in determining at, what expiration should I sell, at what strike price, at what price, etc. So, but you can start this out in a spreadsheet and track, what your potential optional positions are, and then you can manually execute the type of queries that I'm doing and figure out at what expiration date, strike price, and price that you should sell those covered calls. So again, it's definitely a way to start until things get more complex. Okay, the next critical component with being able to automate these option strategies or automate an assistant to assist me in these option strategies is being able to collect data on the various options. So on another machine, I have a application, an executable that runs and collects data on both stocks and options. And if some of you have seen our weekly trading game plans, I talk about our real-time watch list of stocks, and that is the one that it collects stock stats on a ongoing basis, starting at 4 a.m. until at least market close, sometimes till 8 p.m. in extended hours. And now we've enhanced that to also collect options data. So you can see this is the data that data collector collects and populates in a table in my database on options stats. So again, you can see for various expiration dates, for various strike prices, for the outstanding options that I might be looking at, both calls and puts, it gets that options chain data and parses it and puts it in this table. Now for our example of GAU, I'm going to filter this data for just GAU, and we can see the data that's collected for GAU. So again, you can see for various expiration dates, for various strike prices, we've got the bid and ask price, we've got the whether it's in the money or not, we've got the current volume, the open interest, the net change, the last price, the key, and then the Greeks for that, and then whether it's current, and then when that data was last updated. If it hasn't changed, then that last updated date doesn't change. So this is the data that is being collected on the various options that I have in that options outstanding table. And again, that executable reads in the options outstanding. Those are the ones that we're looking for, and therefore it will collect data on the applicable expiration dates and call or on and strike prices for any options that we're going to consider to either sell a covered call or purchase a cash secured put on, and we'll talk about those in more detail. But again, this is the raw data that's collected. Now again, if you're not able to or don't want to automate this, this is the kind of data that you would visibly be looking at in the options change, the various expiration dates, the various strike prices, etc. Be looking at the open interest, the bid and ask prices, the volume, etc. Is there an open interest at a particular level? Is there any volume? Is it trading or not? And those are all considerations you might want to consider in terms of at what expiration date and at what strike price you want to either try to sell a covered call or sell a cash secured put. So we'll look at our automated rules and queries that then I use to, again, assist me in determining where's the best expiration date and the best strike price to potentially try to sell a covered call or sell a cash secured put. So again, we'll look at that next. Okay, the next piece we want to look at is a query that will then be used by my analyzer executable to determine which expiration date and which strike price at which to sell my covered call or sell my cash secured put. So this is another query I have. It's called Options Open Orders Query. And what we'll see in subsequent pieces is that this query is used as an input to my data analyzer to then pick off, okay, given a particular outstanding potential option to sell a covered call or cash secured put, then at what's the best expiration date and strike price for that particular position. So you can see it's using my options outstanding table. It's using that stats table that we looked at. So it's pulling in the stats that have been collected, and then it's looking to see if I have an existing outstanding trade on that particular stock. If we view the data for that query, we can see it's again showing us all the various strike prices for all the various outstanding options, and it's sorting them. I'll show you the sort order. So again, it's sorting them by, it has to have a strike price that's greater than or equal to the price that I bought it at. So I'm not going to sell a covered call at a strike price that's less than what I bought it at. You can see it's handling calls and puts. It's got to have a status of open. It has to have an open interest greater than 0. So again, it's filtering out strike prices and expiration dates that have no current open interest. So the open interest has to be greater than 0. And again, then it's just matching up whether it's a call or a put based on my options outstanding and the keys in the option stats. So again, if we look at that data, we can see it's sorting by the open interest. Let's look at the sort order again. So it's descending ask. So ascending on the stock symbol. So descending on the ask. So I'm selling a covered call. I'm selling a cash secured put. So this is going to sort by descending ask price. So it's going to pick off the best price to sell that at. And then descending open interest. So first by the price at which I'm going to sell the covered call or cash secured put, and then descending by the open interest. So I'm going to get the highest open interest with that highest price. So again, we could look at that data very briefly. Now, if I try to look up GAU, which was one of our examples, we'll see GAU does not appear. It doesn't appear in this query, and what that tells me is there is no expiration date and strike price currently available for GAU that is greater than my what I bought it at. So let me look at another outstanding option that I sold a covered call on yesterday, which is 3D System DDD. And if we select that one, we can see what it's going to tell me is it's telling me to sell a January 17th, 2025, $15 strike price. And it says the ask at my last collection of data was 276. So it's going to pick off when I run my analyzer, it's going to say sell a covered call against 3D System DDD with a January 17th, 2025 expiration date at 276 or less. So again, that's what my analyzer is going to pick off, that top record, and it's going to do apply some additional rules that we'll look at in the code of that data analyzer. But essentially, he's going to start going down these values and say, okay, based on the data that I have, the best expiration date and strike price to sell would be the January 17, 2025 $15 strike price at 276 or better. That'll get me the most value for selling that covered call. We'll also look at cash secured puts as another example in the near future. So I hope that helps. Again, if you're doing this manually, you're applying these basic rules, looking at the data yourself and seeing, okay, where's the highest ask price that has, the highest open interest. Ideally, it'll have some volume. I'm not applying a volume rule yet. I may say, hey, it's got to have volume greater than 0. Again, right now, all these strategies are evolving. We're enhancing these systems, etc., to make it as efficient and profitable as possible. But again, you would be, mentally applying the same types of rules if you were doing this all manually. So I hope that helps. Okay, now I want to quickly walk you through the logic of how my automated system selects the expiration date and the strike price for one of the open outstanding options for which we're looking to open either to sell a covered call or to sell a cash secured put. This is my data analyzer. This is the code for the data analyzer application that is running and looking at the data in the database and the queries that I showed you. And my objective here is not to go through the details of the code. This happens to be C# code. You don't have to be able to code. My objective here is to walk you through the logic of what this data analyzer is doing, so that again, if you don't want to automate or are unable to automate this process, you can apply these logical operations manually and make the same decisions based on the data. So again, we can see it goes through that outstanding options table. It pulls in all the records from that, and then for each of the outstanding options in that table, collects the data. You can see the first thing is to look at the status isn't filled. Again, if the status was filled and I was looking to buy back a covered call that I'd sold or buy back a cash secured put that we had sold. There's other automation in this application that handles that, and we'll probably look at that in a subsequent video. And again, in this video, I want to focus on, okay, how do I select the strike price and expiration date for a new covered call that I want to sell or a new cash secured put that I want to sell. So again, you can see it says, okay, if in the outstanding options table, if the expiration's null, the strike price is null, or the date open is null, then we're going to go through this process. And then we're going to look at calls or puts separately, and we're going to collect the top row out of that open options orders query that I showed you. So as we looked at it, we saw that it is sorted in such a way that it's selecting the best ask price and then the best open interest. So whatever floats to the top, that's when it's going to pick, and then it's going to collect the data from that record, and it's going to calculate the cost of that option. If we're selling a covered call, it's going to look at what would be the profit if we were called away, if we were assigned that. It's going to say, okay, the ask price needs to be greater than or equal to 10 cents. The reason for that is because after I sell it, I'm going to look to potentially buy it back, and most options you have to price them in increments of 5 cents, and therefore I need it to be 10 cents or above so I could buy it back at 5 cents if I chose to do so. So again, anything under 10 cents on the ask, it just ignores, and once it gets that data, then it's going to formulate an email for me, and it's going to say, okay, enter an option sell, and it sends me the data, what account, what's the ask price, the size of the ask, the net change, and the current last price. And again, it's going to put all this data from that option into an email message. It's going to tell me if it's a covered call, what my current underlying position is, where did I buy it, what's my current target sell price, which is break even, how much would I make, what's my total profit. And then I also have another function that calculates whether the where the underlying stock is currently moving up or moving down or breaking out or has a high volume, and gives me those messages. Now the reason for those is when you're selling covered calls, you want to sell when the stock is going up because the option price should be going up. If you're selling a cash secured put, you want to sell when the underlying stock is going down. So again, the price of the uh, cash secured put should be going up when the stock price is going down. So again, it helps to know whether the stock is moving up or moving down. Now again, as you can see, I'm not currently filtering out based on whether the stock's moving up or moving down, but it's giving me this information in the email so I can make a conscious decision. Now, I may go in the future and I may filter out and say, hey, don't tell me about selling a cash secured put if the stock's not moving down, or don't tell me about selling a covered call if the stock's not moving up. So it's very likely I will apply those additional rules going forward in the future. So the rest of this logic, again, is if the status of the outstanding option is filled, and again, we can cover that in a subsequent video. And so this tells you, the logic is pretty simple once you have the data in place. So again, you can apply this logic, manually, just consciously. Same logic, assuming you have a way to access the data that I've shown you. So I hope that all helps. Next, we'll actually look at some examples of some of these emails that we've gotten in these circumstances for entering a sell for a cash secured put or an covered call. Okay, first let's look at the results. One of those emails that is generated by that data analyzer tool, and it's sent to my Gmail account. In this case, this is to enter an option sell for a covered call against our position in DRIP. You can see here's the subject. It tells me this is the key for the option, the OSI key for the particular option. So in this case, on this date, on December 1st, it's telling me I should sell a covered call. You can see a call is indicated by a C in the center. A P would be a put, and it's saying to sell the 2024 January 19th $40 strike price covered call. It tells me what account to sell it in. It tells me what the current ask is, what the current ask size is, the last price $238. And then again, all that data that I was showing you in the code comes out. So it gives me all the data for that particular option. I can see currently there's no volume on that option. So I might want to reconsider if it's not actually a trading, but it does say it has an open interest on it. So it says, okay, the open interest was 282. So again, and we know from those queries, this should be the best ask price with the highest open interest. So it tells me what my underlying position was, my cost, my target sell price. So again, I'm not going to be selling covered calls at a price lower than what I bought it at. So even if I get called away, I'm going to make a profit. So in this case, it tells me if I sell this covered call at 5 cents below the current ask, which would be $2.15, I would make $430 on, I guess I have two covered calls I can sell on that particular position. Now, if I want to sell at the bid, then I would make 330. So if I want this to execute more quickly, I could sell right at the bid. It tells me how much I would make. If I want to wait and just undercut the current ask, assuming that the stock is moving up, although it tells me the stock is not currently moving up as per this indicator. So I may want to wait till the stock is showing us moving up. I might get a better price at that time. So again, that's all this data that comes in this email. So I can look at this email, make a decision if I want to enter my to sell this covered call at this particular expiration date and at that strike price at this time for the profit that it's showing me. I could do so, or again, I could wait in this case until the stock were actually moving up to make that decision. So again, right now, those are the emails that I get for entering a new option on a to sell a covered call. Okay, let's look at one of the emails that was generated by the data analyzer that I showed you for selling a cash secured put. In this case, you can see I got this email to enter an option sell on BTI. This was back on November 18th. You can see it's recommending that I sell the 2022 December 16th put, cash secured put. Now, right now, the reason it's recommending the December is because I particularly specified at that time that expiration date. I was, I'm still learning, still testing these cash secured puts. I have a little bit of a concern about tying up my cash. If this gets sold for a longer period of time. So again, I'm still doing some analysis on this. So I specified that expiration date, and it's telling me, okay, where is the best strike price to sell that put at a price that, again, I specified a strike price to say I don't want to buy VTI at a price that's higher than 175. So again, I picked a support level where I'd be happy to own VTI, specified that in the outstanding option, and therefore this system will tell me, okay, what actual strike price should I sell that cash secured put at. He's saying, okay, you can sell it at 175. The current ask is 50 cents. It's got ask size of 58. Says it's changed 19 cents and the last price was 41 cents. So again, here's all the detail from that particular option that he's telling me I could sell a cash secured put on VTI at that price. Here's again all the data. I can see there is some actual volume. I can see the open interest. Obviously, I'm selling a cash secured put. So in this case, there is no underlying position. I don't own that stock yet. And it tells me what credit would I receive if I sold that cash secured put at 5 cents under the current ask. So current ask was 50 cents. So if I sold it at 45, I'd make $45. Um, and it tells me, okay, a VTI at that time was currently moving down, which means the value of that cash secured put should be moving up. So again, then I can make that decision to say, okay, do I want to go ahead and enter that new option to sell cash secured put on VTI for a 2022 December 16th option at a expiration date at a 175 strike price at, if I again want to undercut the ask by the 5 cents, I can sell it for 45 cents and I would collect $45 for doing that. And then if I wanted to turn around and buy it back, I could collect the difference in premium. Again, this is not generating huge amounts of money each time, but it's the rinse and repeat and stacking the cash and doing this over and over. And if I happen to get a sign, if this gets exercised, I've chosen a strike price at which I decided that I'd be happy to own 100 shares of VTI at that strike price. Again, if I happen to get a sign that gets exercised at a 175 strike price. So again, I hope that all helps. Thank you for watching episode 1 in our new series, Option Strategies for Beginners, to the end. We hope that you found this helpful in learning how you can employ selling covered calls, selling and buying back covered calls, selling and buying back cash secured puts, for example, in retirement accounts. Hopefully this helps you see how we're using a variety of automated systems to assist us in the process of selecting the best expiration date and strike price for which we wish to sell a covered call or sell a cash secured put. In subsequent videos, we will go into more detail how we use our option strategies to buy those back, collect the difference in premium, stack cash, generate our own essentially self-generated dividends on stocks. Again, keep an eye out on our YouTube channel for subsequent videos in this Option Strategies for Beginners series. Also, if you would like more information about how you might employ some of these strategies if you're unwilling or unable to use the type of automation that we're showing in this video, although again the purpose of this video is to show you what option strategies we're employing, the strategy, the techniques, the rules that we're using to employ those strategies to make money. Again, if you'd like further videos, further information on how you might do this manually with a variety of tools, please let us know in the comments below, in our free Discord, and our other social media sites, Facebook group, etc. Also, if you have any other questions that you would like us to do videos on option strategies for beginners, again, put that information in the comments below, in our free Discord and our social media sites, Facebook group, etc., and we'll try to respond to those as soon as we are able. So again, these strategies, techniques, rules do not have to be automated for you to be able to employ them, to benefit from them. Again, the first step is define your strategy, your techniques, your rules you want to employ, and then identify the tools, the automation that might assist you in executing those strategies most efficiently and most profitably. So again, we hope this all helps you see how you can also use these types of option strategies for beginners to make additional money trading options. So again, let us know any questions, comments you might have in the comments below, our free Discord, our Facebook group, and or our social media sites. We hope this all helps. Good luck and have a great trading day. Bye. The content of this video was produced by BeachBum Trading. We hope you will choose to also join us in the BeachBum Trading community and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Visit us at our homepage at beachbumtrading.com, the bum without the U. Similarly on Twitter, BeachBum Trading, bum without the U. On Facebook and in our BeachBum Trading Facebook group. Please follow us on Pinterest and on Instagram. All of the links to our social media sites will be included in the description box below, and we hope you will choose to subscribe to our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Thank you. We also cordially want to invite you to our new BeachBum Trading Community Discord server, where we can have discussions on all topics related to trading, success in trading, investing, etc. You can see alerts when we make trades, changes to our watch lists, etc. So again, please join us in the new BeachBum Trading Community Discord server. You should be able to find a link in the description box below. You can also find a link in the social media category on our webpage, beachbumtrading.com, without the bum without the U, and also in the link section on the About page of our YouTube channel, etc. So again, we look forward to seeing you in the BeachBum Trading Community Discord server soon. Wave and say hello. BeachBum Trading also now has a site on Patreon. If you are willing and able to help support our efforts to produce all the content and help you achieve the financial freedom you want, deserve, to be able to live the BeachBum lifestyle or any other kind of lifestyle you would like, and you're willing and able to help support our efforts in these regards, we hope you'll choose to visit our Patreon page. You can get access to our new BeachBum Trading Community Discord server, which is currently under construction, but you will get access to the Discord server by supporting us through Patreon. Again, this is all currently under construction, but you can see we just have the default levels, membership levels, but again, each level allows support, allows access to our Discord. We're also posting our trade positions initially in our Discord, and again, we greatly appreciate any support that you're willing and able to provide. So thank you for your consideration. Another way that you can help support BeachBum Trading and being able to produce frequent quality content for you for free on YouTube, etc., is in addition to subscribing to our BeachBum Trading channel, hitting the like button on our videos, and hitting the notify so you're alerted when we release further videos. You can also choose to show your support for BeachBum Trading with a super thanks, which you can find below this video. If you hit the heart with the $sign, the super thanks, again, you can financially support BeachBum Trading in whatever amount that you wish, and we greatly appreciate your support, and that will help us, again, be able to produce frequent quality content that we can provide for you and all your fellow BeachBum traders around the world for free on YouTube. So again, we greatly appreciate all of your support, and thank you very much. Thank you again for watching our video. We hope that you liked it. If so, please smash the like button, give us a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel. Please share this video with your fellow traders and friends. And please give us your feedback and any recommendations for improvement in the comments section below. And let us know what else we can do to help you in your trading career. Thank you again, good luck, and have a great trading day. If you like this video, we hope you will choose to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the box in the upper left-hand corner. You can watch another video like this by clicking on the box in the lower right-hand corner. And we have a whole playlist of videos like this that you can access via the box in the upper right-hand corner. Our latest video is available in the box in the lower left-hand corner. We hope you like this and have a great day.